Hello, this is Trista McGlamory. I am the assistant to the president of the Junior League of Atlanta, and I served last year as director of capacity building. The Junior League of Atlanta started in 1916 with 45 members, and we have increased to over 3,000 members today. JLA founded 12 nonprofits in Atlanta, and we will commemorate our centennial next year with a $1 million gift to the community. With that little bit of intro, now I'm going to discuss the Junior League of Atlanta's Women's Forum. This was a strong, bold leadership event we created last year. I'll give you some info about why it was created and an overview of the event logistics. Last year, Nonprofit Quarterly released a study that showed 90% of nonprofit administrative staff are women, yet women only hold 28% of CEO spots. Yes, that's less than a third. That's obviously a big gap. So why is it so big? There are many theories. One is that women don't capitalize on their networks like men do. Men talk about their successes at networking events, on the golf course, at their bar after work, and on and on. Women feel like our work stands on its own, so we don't self-promote to our network or in our offices. And yet, one of the main reasons women join JLA is to build relationships with women who have similar interests and develop leadership skills they can use in their personal and professional lives. So how could we help them take advantage of that experience? First, a little background. JLA's Capacity Building Committee was started in 2012 based on feedback from smaller nonprofit partners. They told us they needed affordable skills training for their staff in areas like fundraising, marketing, and grant writing. We weren't solely addressing women. The focus was on any nonprofit staffer. Meanwhile, our members were telling us they wanted more from their membership. At the time, we had a 78% satisfaction rate overall. But they said, we want relevance. We tried several ideas to increase relevance, from implementing more socials to adding done-in-a-day projects. What members really wanted, though, were true training opportunities to develop skills they could use in the community and in their professional lives. So the research shows a gap in women's nonprofit leadership opportunities, and we're showing a gap in training opportunities for our members. And in that sweet spot were JLA and the JLA Women's Forum. So now we had a direction, but we needed to know our competition. And there is a lot in Atlanta. Many of these organizations have higher profiles and more in-house subject matter expertise than the league does. They also charge more. But they don't all focus on women. There were breakfasts that had one speaker or panel, but no all-day event. The one other well-known women's leadership event similar to ours focuses on women in business rather than nonprofits. And tickets for that event are also $85. From a fundraising perspective, we knew that Belk, one of our largest supporters, was interested in opportunities that weren't fundraising events. The JLA Women's Forum provided them with a chance to connect their sponsorship dollars with their focus on women from the corporate giving side. The challenge of creating a new event is that you really don't have a benchmark for the logistics. We decided our original target was 50 women. Women who were either currently working at a nonprofit, looking to break into the nonprofit industry, or those who wanted to serve as a board chair. We discussed a small event because it was the first year. But I'm more of a go big kind of person, so I stuck to my vision of 7 sessions and my internal goal of 100 attendees. To reach that goal, it meant a lot of attention had to be devoted to good content and marketing. We chose a local church centrally located in the city as our venue. It allowed us to keep costs within the sponsorship budget instead of tapping into league funds. As a new event, the forum hadn't been budgeted during the previous cycle. The Women's Forum was held on a Friday from 7:30 to 2 so that attendees would have a full day experience but still beat Atlanta traffic in the afternoon. We charged $35 for all attendees, including members, so that we could cover the cost of breakfast and lunch, but still keep it affordable so smaller nonprofit organizations could send multiple staff members. As I shared before, similar events in Atlanta often cost $50 to $100 for a training session. That being said, it was important to charge something versus having a free event so that registrants would feel compelled to prioritize attendance and not see it as just another event to skip out on if a conflict arose. So like I said at the start, I wanted to know why women weren't getting to the top. I did a lot of research and narrowed it down to these 6 general themes. We targeted the most successful women we had connections to who don't regularly speak at these types of events, who would also speak for free. Sessions were an hour and a half with 45 minutes for prepared questions and 45 minutes for audience participation. That was deliberate. We had attended sessions in the past where we felt there wasn't enough time for our audience members to participate. Presenters were asked to have honest conversations about topics like viewing other women as competition, being judged on appearance, bragging about successes, having kids and the mommy track, the role of a supportive spouse, and salary negotiation. Originally, our lunch panel was designed to be a conversation on how women of different backgrounds experience the issues raised in our panels. But we had to change to organizational diversity at the last minute due to a panelist's family emergency. We ended the day with a chance for everyone to create their own kitchen table. A group led by one mentor where attendees could ask any question they had about leadership and career advancement. So how did we get the word out? The majority of marketing was free. We created separate web addresses that redirected to our JLA site. Those were jlawomensforum.com and .org. We created a hashtag, JLA Women's Forum, and that was created so it can be used year over year. We did share the event details at our community partner breakfast a month before so that partners could register their staff at that event. Follow-up emails were sent to partners 2 weeks and the day before registration closed. I also wrote 4 weeks of articles for our weekly member newsletter, an article for our monthly print newsletter, and a lot of social media posts. In the end, we were overjoyed. Over 150 women attended the event instead of that original 50. So we obviously exceeded everyone's expectations. A breakdown of our attendees. So about 1/3 were members and 2/3 were from the community, which included staff from around 24 partner organizations. We had members from the Junior League of Athens and the Junior League of Birmingham drive over for the event. There's seasoned CEOs who weren't presenters in the room, and some organizations actually paid to send their entire teams to be trained at our event. And that is some of the feedback that we got on social media. Finally, some overview of our feedback. We had over 200 social media impressions from attendees. Electronic survey response and word of mouth was generally positive. Numerous women who might not have been reached through our usual recruitment efforts expressed interest in JLA membership, and our members are already talking about 2016. So where do we go from here? The plan is to continue in the same location for a few years with modest growth. Once there's a trend of success, we will pursue larger locations and more significant growth. There's also the possibility of developing smaller events throughout the year that help women capitalize on their networks. If you're interested in replicating this event, please let me know. Thanks.